So, hello everyone. So today we are going to start the second part of our syllabus is about the management accounting or the managerial accounting. So we have completed our first part, financial accounting, and we are going to start the managerial accounting. So here you can see that we have three types of accounting information. Three types of accounting information. We have financial accounting, then we have management accounting, and we have the tax accounting. So what is the financial accounting? So financial accounting provide information to the people who are the outsider, and investors and creditors. Investors and creditors, these two kind of people are belongs to the outsider of the corporation, and financial accounting provide information to them so that they can make decision. What kind of decision made by the investor? So investor find the information regarding the profitability. Whether a company is profitable or not. So investor means you want to invest your money, right? You want to invest your money, and where you are going to invest? To a profitable company. If the company is not a profitable company, you are not going to invest your money, right? So who will tell you? Who will tell you that whether a company is profitable or not? Financial accounting. Okay, financial accounting will provide information whether a company is profitable or not. So here investor means outsiders. Who are the creditors? So creditors who provide loan, right? Who provide loan. So why you will give me loan? You are the creditor. Why you give me loan, or why you will give me some product without any money at this moment? Because you are looking for solvency. You are looking for solvency. What is the meaning of solvency? So whether my company is solvent or not to pay back your money, right? You give me loan or you give me some product without any money at this moment. So you are looking for the solvency, whether I have the ability to return back your money in future or not. So who will tell you whether my company is profitable or not? Financial accounting. Financial accounting will give you information whether my company is profitable or not, whether my company is solvent or not, so that you people who are the investors and the creditors can make your decision. So this is the financial accounting. And what is the managerial accounting? Managerial accounting provide information the people who is inside in the organization, who working inside. So we have two groups of people, outside and the inside. And who work in the inside? The managers. The managers works inside the company, right? Now managerial accounting is going to give information to the managers so that managers can make some decision. If you are the production manager, or if you are the finance manager, or if you are the sales manager, okay, you have to make a decision, right? And who will give you information to make a decision? The managerial accounting will give you information so that you can make decision. And what is tax accounting? The tax accounting provide information to the tax authorities. So if you are the accounting major student, you will learn in detail about tax accounting in another course in future. Okay, so mainly this course, in this course, we are looking for financial accounting and the managerial accounting. So we already completed financial accounting part. Now we start with our managerial accounting, and this is the first chapter. Introduction to managerial accounting is the first chapter of management accounting. Now let me explain what are the difference between financial accounting and the managerial accounting. So there are several differences between this financial accounting and managerial accounting. Let me explain this. First one, I already explained that who are the users of financial accounting. Who are the users? Inside, external people. External people means they are the outsiders. They are the outsiders. Again, who are the outsiders? Creditors are the outsiders, and investor are the outsiders. So accounting provide information. I mean, financial accounting provide information to these people. Why? So that they can make this decision whether they will invest their money or not, or whether they will give us loan or not. So they are the outsider. And who are the users of managerial accounting? Inside, internal people. Internal people, they are the insider. They are the insiders. And who are the insiders? We know that the managers. Managers are the insiders. And managerial accounting provide information to the managers so that they can make plan for future. Okay, they can make plan for future to operate the company. So this is who are the users of financial accounting and managerial accounting. Then in case of financial accounting, they focus on historical perspective. So what is the time focus? Time focus for financial accounting and managerial accounting, they are also different. Historical perspective, that means it is related with past. Okay, something already happened. Something already happened, that's why it is called past, and something will happen in future. So past and future. For example, purchased equipment. So company purchased equipment, it means that something already happened, right? Purchased. Your company purchased equipment, something already happened, and you have invoice. You have the PAPIAO, right? And as you have the invoice, this is called the proof of documents, right? Proof of documents. What is the meaning of this proof of documents? Something already happened and you have a proof, right? You have a proof. Now financial accounting record it. Now financial accounting record it. So something already happened in the past. Now financial accounting record it. But what about the managerial accounting? Something will happen in future, but accountant record it today, something like this. For example, your company have a target profit. Target profit $180,000 in the year 2023. So manager decided that they must earn $180,000 profit in 2024, for example, in future. Okay, this is the target of this manager, that he would like to earn $180 profit in the year 2024, although this is 2023, right? But he is planning for future. And to do so, target sells 60 units, for example, 60,000 units of products. So to earn this $190,000, manager find that they have to sell 60,000 units. If they can sell 60,000 units in the year 2024, then they can earn $180,000. So this will happen in future, right? But manager is planning now. Manager is planning now how much my target profit in the year 2024 and how much unit I have to produce and sell. Okay, so this kind of plan you are taking now for when it will implement in future. Okay, so you can see that financial accounting mainly focus on past activities, something already happened, and recording today, something like this. But managerial accounting, something will happen in future, but they are preparing these documents or report today. Subject matter, primary focus is on company-wide report. For example, your company name is XYZ company. This is the company as a whole. So this is the company as a whole. This is your company. And for example, this is 2023 and December 31st. What you are preparing now? Now you are preparing income statement. You are preparing balance sheet. You are preparing statement of stockholders' equity. You are preparing cash flow statement. So you prepared this income statement, balance sheet, a statement of stockholders' equity, cash flow statement for the whole company in the year 2023. Now, managerial accounting, they do not prepare a report for the whole company. They are going to prepare a report for a specific purpose, like for a specific customer or for a specific product or for a specific reason. For example, I told you that target profit $180,000 for Zhejiang province. Then maybe target profit $180,000 for Shanghai. Then target profit $90,000 for Orange, for example, something like this. Or we have a specific product like a target profit $180,000 for hot cola. So we have a product called hot cola and we have a target profit to earn $180,000 for this product. So this kind of things, you can see that this kind of things is not for the company as a whole, for maybe some specific reason or some specific product or some specific customer. Target profit of $90,000 for Oenjo customers. Something like this. So this kind of things is for a specific segments or a specific customers or a specific product. It is not for whole company, right? It is not for whole company, but financial accounting prepare information for the whole company, but managerial accounting, they prepare report for segments, some products or some customers, something like this. Then rules must follow GAAP or IFRS prescribed format. What is the meaning of must follow? Must follow means financial accounting. If you prepare income statement, balance sheet, statement of stockholders' equity, cash flow statement, journal, ledger, trial balance, right? That we learned our principles of accounting 1 and 2. So we have a specific format, and it should follow. It must follow. That means whenever we are preparing this kind of financial statement, we must follow rules given by US GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles, or other international like International Financial Reporting Standard. Okay, IFRS. So IFRS or US GAAP, they have prescribed format. What is the meaning of prescribed? That means this is fixed. Okay, this is fixed, and if you belongs to US companies, you must follow US GAAP. If you follow some other international countries, you must follow IFRS, and they have very specified and prescribed format, and we must follow them. Okay, we must follow them. So format is important for for financial accounting, because we must have to follow. But for the managerial accounting, we are not bound. That means we do not have any specific format. Okay, we don't have any specific or prescribed format by US GAAP or IFRS. We are free. We are free. So different manager use different format to prepare their report. Okay, there is no prescribed format by US GAAP or IFRS, so we are not bound to follow. Finally, requirement mandatory for external reports. So this kind of reports like income statement, so this kind of report, the financial accounting must report to whom? To the external people, and it is free of cost. You can go to the website of XYZ company, okay? You can go to the website of XYZ company and you can easily find income statement, balance sheet, a statement of stockholders equity and cash flow statement. It is free, and the company must show it to their website so that you people can easily download it and get the information. Okay, it is totally free. Why totally free? Because every company must report this. Okay, must prepare this and report this to the external people. But for management accounting, this kind of report you cannot see. If you go to their website, okay, if you go to their website, you will never see this kind of information. What is their target profit of 2024? What is their target product? Okay, unit to be sold. Who are their target customers? Okay, you will, what is their specific product? You will never find this kind of information easily, because they are not going to provide to you, because they are not mandatory to provide to you. But this kind of financial statement is mandatory. What is the meaning of mandatory? It is necessary to provide this information. Every company must follow this, but you will never find this kind of information from their website. This is secret information, right? And this secret information used by the managers to make plan for their future. Okay, if you have any secret information, I am your competitor, I may not get this information, right? So management accounting information is not mandatory to report. So this is the difference between the differences between financial accounting and the managerial accounting. So we already learned what are the differences. Now we are going to learn in more detail about the accounting part of management accounting. So we are going to learn the three basic manufacturing costs. We are going to learn three basic manufacturing costs. So three means we have three elements, okay? Three elements under manufacturing cost. And another name of manufacturing cost is called the product cost. So why it is called product cost? So if you want to produce a product, okay, if you want to produce a product, who are the costs involved? So manufacturing cost, okay, another name is product. It is important, you should remember this. In the exam question, I can ask you calculate product cost, or I can ask you calculate manufacturing cost. So they are the same. Now, who are the three elements of product cost or manufacturing cost? These are the three elements: direct materials, direct labor, and other manufacturing overhead cost. So this is not manufacturing cost, it is manufacturing overhead. Try to understand. So these are the three elements under manufacturing cost or product cost: direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead cost. So if we want to know what is the meaning of direct material, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead, we should know about what is the meaning of cost object. So what is the meaning of cost object? So look at the definition, it's very simple. Because if you don't know who is your cost object, you cannot have this information. You cannot prepare the production cost or the manufacturing cost. So cost object can be anything. Cost object can be anything. For example, cost object can be a pen. Okay, for example, this is the pen, right? And to produce this pen, we need some cost, right? So first you have to find out which one is the cost object. Anything can be the cost object. Your laptop can be a cost object. So how much money we are going to spend to produce this laptop? Okay, then cost object can be a car. Cost object can be building. Cost object can be equipment. Cost object can be a specific customer. Okay, a specific customer. Sometimes we produce product for some specific customer. Do you know that, right? We have some specific customer, can be a cost object. Okay, some specific region. For example, Wenzhou or Zhejiang. We are focusing on Zhejiang province. Okay, so it can be a cost object. So first we have to decide, we have to find out who is the cost object. So if you want to produce a table, so this table also a cost object. Now in order to produce this table, okay, if table is the cost object, if we want to produce this table, we need direct materials, okay, we need direct labor, we need manufacturing overhead. If you want to produce a car, for example, we need direct materials, we need direct labor, we need manufacturing overhead. Okay, if you want to produce laptop, we need direct materials, direct labor, manufacturing overhead. So first we have to identify who is the cost object. After finding out this cost object, then we are going to find out who are the direct materials, who are the direct labor, and who are the manufacturing overhead. Now at this moment, my cost object is table. So this is the table. This is the cost object. Okay. Now this table is ready to use. I am using this table. But before this, some company or any company produce it, right? Any company produce it. Now our cost object is the table. Now what is the definition of direct material? Look at here. So to produce this table, I told you this. To produce this table, I need direct material, I need direct labor, and I need manufacturing overhead. So if I want to produce this table, I need this cost. Now, who are the direct materials? Look at the definition. Direct materials are the raw material. Okay, direct materials are the raw material. So first keyword is, we learned that direct material is something raw material that become an integral part of the product. Here integral part means main part of the product. So raw materials, we should have some raw materials, and these raw materials are the main part, of the product. And here our product is our cost object. Here product is the cost object. And which one is the cost object at this moment? Table. Table is the cost object. So if we want to produce table, we need raw materials, right? We need raw materials. And these raw materials are the main raw materials, are the main part of this table. And that can be easily traced. Okay, that can be easy, that can be conveniently traced, means that means easily identified. Identifiable. So these raw materials are the main raw materials and it can be easily identifiable. Now look at this table. Look at this table. This is the cost object. So to produce this table, we used a lot of raw materials, right? But which raw materials can be the direct materials and can be easily traced out? Can you tell me for this table, which raw materials is the main raw materials to produce this table? Wood, very good. So yes, the answer is wood. So here wood is the direct materials, because we look at this table and we can easily figure out. So the wood is the raw material to produce this table, and this raw wood is the main raw material, right? So look, so the definition is clear. If your cost object, for example, if your cost object is laptop, okay, your cost object is laptop, then CPU is the direct materials. Example, okay. Something like this. So at this moment, we are thinking about direct materials. Anyway, so direct materials belongs to the direct cost. Very simple. Direct materials is related with direct cost. So this is the example of direct materials and the definition of direct materials. Now we find another terminology is called the direct labor. So the definition is here. Direct labor, another name is called touch labor. Okay, another name is called the touch labor. Okay, and again easily traced, easily identifiable to the units of the product. Now let me explain explain one example. Assume that assume that this room is a factory. We are here in the classroom, right? Assume that this room is a factory, and we produce tables and laptop, for example. So two products are produced here. Two products are produced here. This is a factory. Tables is a cost object, right? And laptop is also a cost object. You understand? Now, to produce this table, we need wood. Wood is the direct materials, right? To produce laptop, we need CPU. CPU is the direct material. So we understand direct material. Now we belongs to direct labor. So assume that this room is a factory, and we are producing tables and laptop. Okay, and 3 people's working here. Three people's working here. Mr. X, Mr. Y, or I can say that 4. Okay, so the 4 people are working here. Mr. X producing tables by using for hands. Mr. Y working as a security guard. Mr. Z working as a cleaner. And Mr. R producing laptop. And all people salary, for example, $10,000, for example, $10,000. So everyone's salary is this. We assume that. So they are working here and company paid them salary, right? Now some salary here will go under direct labor. So what is the definition of direct labor? Another terminology of direct labor is called the task labor. That means who is using their hand, okay, who is touching the product to make it ready to use. So here you can see that Mr. Y is not involved in producing the product. He is a security guard. He is take care of this room. Mr. Z also not involved in producing the product. He is a cleaner. He is responsible to clean this room. Okay. So one is responsible to take care of this room. Another people is responsible to clean this room, but another 2 people is responsible to produce the product. So we can easily figure out. Here we are only 4 people. It can be easily figured out who is using their hand to produce the product, who is cleaning the room, and who is the security guard, right? It can be easily identified. So who is the direct labor here? Mr. X is the direct labor and Mr. R is the direct labor. Do you understand? Direct labor. Direct labor. So we find direct materials and direct labor because they are easily traceable, right? You can see that for tables, the direct material is the wood. It is easily traceable, okay? And for the direct labor, who is using or touching their hand to produce the product is the direct labor. Clear? So we find that if we want to produce table, we need direct materials. We already find it, right? We already find our direct materials. We already find our direct labor. Because why these two we make it separate? Because it is easily traceable. Now we have another components called manufacturing overhead. So manufacturing overhead means except direct materials and direct labor, what are the other costs in this factory? Okay, look at here. Other than, okay, all other costs except okay, all other costs in the factory. Okay, think about up to here. All other costs in the factory. All other costs in the factory except direct materials and direct labor. Okay. So who are the other costs in the factory except because we easily traceable. We easily trace our direct material. We easily trace our direct labor, right? So this is the factory. This is the factory. We easily trace. This is wood, right? And we easily trace out that I am the people who is producing the table. So direct materials and direct labor. Now in this factory, other costs are called the manufacturing overhead cost. So who are the other costs? For example, indirect labor. Indirect labor. indirect labor. So according to this example of 4 people working here, who are the indirect labor? Who are the indirect labor? These people are the indirect labor, right? Mr. Y is the indirect labor. Why? Because he is not producing the product, but he working in this factory. His salary is called indirect labor. Then Mr. Z, he is not producing this product, but working in this factory room. His salary is called indirect labor. So we find direct labor, we find indirect labor, right? We find direct materials, then we need indirect materials. So look at this table. Look at this table. In this table, we already know that wood is the direct material, right? But to produce this table, we need some other materials. Like to make it fixed, we need some glue, right? We need some color here. We need color, we need some glue to make it fixed. Clear? So these kind of other materials help us to make the product ready to use, but they are not the main product. They are not the main material, but these materials helps us to make the product ready to use. Clear? So these kind of materials are called indirect materials. So they are not easily traceable. So if you look at this table, you cannot easily traceable where is the glue, right? You cannot easily traceable where is the other materials. It cannot be easily traced out. Machine, yeah, machine produce product, but some people is operating this machine. Direct labor, yes. If you are operating this machine, that's why I told you that touch. If you use your hand, right? If you touch machine to produce the product, your salary is called the direct labor. So we find direct materials, we find direct materials, we find here, we find direct materials, we find indirect materials, we find direct labor, we find indirect labor, right? Now think about this factory room. In this room, we are using electricity, right? We are using electricity. So this electricity is called utilities cost of the factory. Clear? Then in this room, we have to pay rent for every month, right? We have to pay rent for every month. This is called factory rent, right? So this kind of other costs are belongs really, if it is related to factory. Look at this equipment. We have some equipment, and we use this equipment. It is depreciated. So this kind of equipment using in the factory, and we have depreciation, and it is other cost. That means it is the manufacturing overhead cost. So depreciation of factory. So this term is very important. The word factory is very important because at this moment we are looking for who is our cost object, and this room, our cost object is table. This room is the factory, and what are the costs involved in this factory? All belongs to manufacturing cost. So except direct materials, direct labor, all other related costs in the factory. So very, very careful. All other related costs in the factories are the manufacturing overhead. Like look at here, depreciation of factory equipment. Depreciation of factory equipment. So we may have equipment in another part, but at this moment we are in the factory. Okay, so we have equipment. Okay, for example, another example I can show you here. Depreciation of factory building. So it should be related with factory. So we have office building also, right? We have office building, but office building depreciation will not come here. So this factory building is related with manufacturing overhead. Utilities cost of factory. Property taxes. For example, this factory is our own property. If this factory is your own property, you have to pay tax to the government. If this is not your own property, what should you do? You have to pay factory rent. Factory rent, for example, $5,000 per month. So this factory rent, $5,000 is the per month, is related with manufacturing overhead. Okay, manufacturing overhead. Then this factory, we need to pay insurance premium for every month or every year. So this is our factory building. In this building, there may be a fire anytime, right? There may be a fire, and it destroyed everything. There may be an earthquake, it destroyed everything. So if you want to get insurance coverage, every month you have to pay insurance fees for this factory. Okay, so this is also related with manufacturing overhead. So if this table is a cost object, look at here. If table is a cost object, okay, or laptop may be a cost object, or computer may be a cost object, or anything can be a cost object. It means that to produce this product, we need direct materials, we need direct labor, and we need other costs related with factory. So this manufacturing cost, MOH, should be related with factory. So this is others. So manufacturing overhead means other costs that should be related with our factory, except direct materials and direct labor. Now I'm going to tell you some terminology that is important for your exam. For example, I can ask you to calculate manufacturing cost. And I told you that other name of manufacturing cost is called product cost. Other name of manufacturing cost is product cost. So if I ask you to calculate manufacturing cost, what is the formula? Formula is direct material, okay, plus direct labor plus manufacturing overhead. So I already explained what is the meaning and example of direct material, what is the meaning and example of direct labor, and what is the meaning of and examples of manufacturing overhead. We have to add all together to find the product cost or the manufacturing cost. If I ask you to calculate prime cost, okay, if I ask you to calculate prime cost, this is the formula. Prime cost equal direct materials and direct labor, okay. If I ask you to calculate conversion cost, this is the formula, direct labor and manufacturing overhead. So these concepts I already explained, right? Now I will give you some data like this. You can see I will give you some data and I can ask you to calculate product cost, okay. I can ask you to calculate prime cost. I can ask you to calculate conversion cost. So these three items I already explained, right? Product cost, prime cost, conversion cost, I already explained. Now I'm going to explain what is the periodic cost. What is the periodic cost? So periodic costs are very easy. So this is the factory, right? We produce this product here, and it is called manufacturing cost or product cost. Now this product is ready. Then we transfer this product to the sales department, right? Now sales department is going to provide advertisement and marketing, and they recruit some people who collect the order, who sell this product, right? Something like so. Some people are involved in selling and marketing department. And what is their role? The marketing department people, they are going to collect the order, right? Going to sell the product. Then they need a showroom, they need a storeroom, right? Do you know that? So these kind of activities are related to selling, and this is called selling and marketing cost. Selling and marketing cost. So who are it is called, look, first we learn manufacturing cost, right? First we learn manufacturing cost means what is the product cost. Now we are going to learn non-manufacturing cost. We're going to learn non-manufacturing cost. That means not related with produce the product. Non-manufacturing, I repeat again, non-manufacturing means it is not involved with producing a product. It is outside the factory. Okay. Outside the factory. So outside the factory, it is called periodic cost. Another name of non-manufacturing cost. Okay. Another name of non-manufacturing cost is the periodic cost. And we have two periodic costs, selling and marketing and administrative. So what is the meaning of selling and marketing? You already know this. So cost necessary to secure the order. So some people are collecting the order and deliver the product. Okay, sales and marketing related cost like advertising. I can give you some example. Advertising, then sales commission, salesman salary, some examples. Salesman salary, then sales commission, store rent. What is the meaning of store rent? The store where we keep our product for selling purpose, right? So we transfer this product to the store, departmental store, okay? And we sell our product over there. So store rent, then store building insurance, then store building depreciation, building or equipment depreciation. So these are some examples. We need advertising. Otherwise, people will not know about my product, right? Then salesman salary, salesman's commission, store rent, store building insurance, store building utilities. Okay, store building utilities. So store, the keyword here is, one of the keyword is a store. Okay, one of the keyword is the store or sales room or sales office. Okay, sales. Anyway, so these are the related with marketing and selling costs. So we have administrative cost also. So what is the meaning of administrative? Some people working in the office, they are not selling the product. Okay, they are not involved with sales any product. They are involved with do some administrative job. So in our university, we also have administrative office. You know that some people are working here to do some administrative job. So their salaries, like I can write some examples. Office salaries, then office utilities, office or so that means the keywords are the office or administrative. This is the keyword. Okay, and for selling and marketing, it is sell. The keyword are store or sell. So these are the keywords. So if I write some keywords here, for example, I am writing some keywords. Factory, so you have to remember this kind of keywords. This kind of keywords you have to remember, because factory building have depreciation, factory equipment have depreciation, office building have depreciation, right? Office equipment have depreciation. Then sales or store building has depreciation. So they will go in different place. So factory is MOH. Don't forget that. Factory is MOH, and it is product cost. It is product cost. But office, admin, and sales, they are not the factory. So they are non-manufacturing. Non-manufacturing, and they belongs to periodic cost. Periodic cost. So you must know this kind of keywords. Okay, factory is related with product cost. And what is the meaning of product cost? Product cost, another name is called manufacturing cost. Another name is called manufacturing cost. Clear? Now this is the examples of periodic and product cost that I already explained. Now go to your question. This is your question. You are given some data here. Okay, you are given some data here. You have to calculate product cost, and we know that another name of product cost is manufacturing cost. Then question asks you to calculate periodic cost. Periodic cost, another name of periodic cost is non-manufacturing cost. Non-manufacturing cost, something like this. Now look at this question. So I'm going to show you some examples here, some hints. So direct materials, this is direct materials, right? And we know that direct materials is the part of product cost. Clear? Direct materials is given here. Direct materials is part of the product cost. And product cost, and we have direct labor also the same. So what is the formula of product cost? I can write the formula first. Product cost equal direct materials. We find it, right? We find it. Plus direct labor, we find it. Plus MOH. What is the meaning of MOH? Other cost in the factory, right? Like indirect materials, indirect labor, and factory related costs. So we need MOH. We need now MOH. So we find direct materials, I make it color. We find direct labor, make it color. Then indirect material is MOH, right? Indirect material is MOH. Clear? Then indirect labor, factory. Indirect labor factory is MOH. Then factory, the keyword is factory, right? The keyword is factory, right? I told you that to find out the keyword. Factory is MOH. We have another factory. So I can write the keyword here, look. Keyword, factory. Keyword is the factory. Keyword, factory. So we have another keyword factory, this one, factory building. Factory building, this is the keyword. So this is MOH. This is MOH. You have any other factory? Yes, we have any other factory here. MOH. We have any other keyword factory? Yes, we have here. It's the MOH. So we find direct materials, you can say that we find direct materials, we find direct labor. Okay. We find direct materials, we find direct labor, and we find other cost in the factory, right? Other costs in the factory include indirect materials, indirect labor, and factory related other costs. So we find it, right? We find it. We find it. So these items so if you add all this together, okay, if you add all this together, I mean the color, then it is product cost. Now look at the periodic cost formula. So I can write here the solution, I mean the key solution first. If you do it by yourself, then direct materials is anyway. So the product cost, I can write the total amount 20 201 075. So this is the product cost. Now periodic cost. Periodic cost equal, can remember, selling and admin, right? Selling and admin. Selling means stored. Selling means stored keyword, right? And admin keyword may be office. So this is the keyword for periodic cost, selling and admin, store or office. Look at here. Depreciation on sales delivery track. So keyword is sales, right? Keyword is the sales. So this one is this. You can change the color. This one is periodic. This is periodic, right? Office, look at the keyword. Office. Okay. It is periodic. Periodic. Then we have office. Advertising is related with sales, right? Advertising is related with sales. So sales. So these are the periodic. These are the periodic. These are the periodic. So we find all periodic here. So if we add this kind of periodic, okay, if we add this kind of periodic, the answer is 40570. So this is the periodic cost. This is the periodic cost. Here, so we find product cost, we find periodic cost according to this question. According to this question. Now our question asks you, so this is number 1 and 2. Number 3 is prime cost. And the formula of prime cost is direct material plus direct labor. So this 2 is the prime cost. So we know what is who is the direct material here, who is the direct labor. So the answer is 113 350. So this is the prime cost. Now we are looking for number 4, conversion cost. And formula is direct labor plus MOH. Direct labor plus MOH. So we know who are the direct labor, we know who are the MOH. And if you add all together, this is 132. Yes, so this is the answer for this. This is the answer for this question, right? Then I can ask you, first I can ask you to write the answer. Then I can ask you show your now I can ask you to show your calculation. If you want to get full marks, you should show all of the necessary calculations. Okay. And I can share you the workings. Now you may take picture. These are the calculations. First we calculate manufacturing overhead. Then we, okay. This one, okay. Then this. So write the answer like this and show your calculation here. Any question you have?